Hi, this is Tommy. In this section, we will be proceeding to use dynamic analysis to further analyze our chosen malware. In dynamic analysis, we will actually run the malware in our virtual machine and look into the malware's behavior. Firstly, we will use the software process explorer. Upon executing the malware, two executables, 33.exe and file.exe, appear in the process explorer. The executable file 33.exe disappears in less than a minute, hence we have to suspend the operation to prevent that from happening. Next, we will have to open the lower pane as it provides more information about the processes. From the information gathered here, we can also assume that the executable file 33.exe is accessing and most likely obtaining the user's Internet Explorers, tabs, cookies, and history folder. These are the registry key changes the executable file 33.exe has made to the system. By modifying the registry keys of the Internet settings, the malware can control the settings and how the system connects to the Internet. And by modifying software policies, the malware can control how the system interacts with the software and exploit it from there. In the string section of the executable file 33.exe, it displays an error which indicates that there was an error opening the file. This is particularly suspicious as most processors, when checked for strings under their properties, there will be an array of it. Our theory is that the malware, upon executing, has codes that alter the security levels of the system as seen from the above analysis, and hence causing this error to occur. Okay, let's move on to process monitor. After determining that the malware will execute an executable file named 33.exe to run malicious codes and delete itself after the codes are executed from the Process Explorer analysis, we can use Process Monitor and analyze the processes that will be run upon the malware's execution by filtering only processes from 33.exe. We can now see that it is attempting to modify the registry keys that are related to the browser Internet Explorer. It can also be seen that the malware is trying to modify the protocol for its zone map. Modifying the zone map means that websites that are zoned under restricted site zones can now be accessed. In other words, a pop-up that may be automatically blocked by the browser is now able to appear. The malware also attempts to modify the registry keys for WMI. WMI can be used for data mining and to gain sensitive information of the victim's system. Moving on to red shot, we will have to take the first shot first, followed by the second shot, where we will do a comparison between the two shots. This compares the state between the malware being executed and the malware being not executed. Now we can see the registry changes in this notepad. The purpose of the last two entries of the highlighted column is to invoke Windows/22.exe and 32.exe each time the user logs on. The first registry entry is used by Windows operating system when a new application is started. Windows OS extracts the application name from the executable file and stores it for later use in MUI cache. Alright, now we will use Microsoft Network Monitor to look at the malware's network operation. Just press the start button and we have to wait for everything to load so that it can be a consistent comparison between before and after the malware is loaded. Just a minute. Okay, let's run the malware now. Alright, you can see some new processes are popping out. new network conversations after the malware is being executed. According to the info displayed here, we can assume that the malware is trying to communicate with source address q651295.332.org via TCP port 7758. Alright, I suppose this marks the end of the presentation. We will move on to the conclusion of the video presentation now. Thank you.